Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m., feeling a strange stillness in the air, as if the world itself is holding its breath? You glance at the clock, puzzled, wondering why your rest was interrupted. But what if I told you this isn't a coincidence? What if this is a sacred moment, a divine invitation from God Himself to speak to your heart, to renew your spirit, and to guide you through life's deepest questions? In this video, we'll uncover the profound reasons why waking at this hour could be one of the most meaningful moments of your life. We'll explore the spiritual significance, the scientific explanations, and how you can turn this seemingly small experience into an extraordinary encounter with God. Together, we'll discuss how to transform these early hours into a time of peace, clarity, and purpose. Whether you felt restless, anxious, or curious during these nighttime awakenings, this video will provide answers, comfort, and hope. By the end, you'll understand the divine message behind these moments and how to embrace them fully to find strength, guidance, and peace. Stay with us, because this isn't just about understanding, it's about transformation. Let's embark on this journey together and discover what God might be trying to tell you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Before we start, I'd appreciate your support. If you liked the video, please subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated on future lessons from God. Countless souls find themselves awake in the quiet hours of the night, hearts weighed down by unspoken fears, and spirits yearning for clarity amidst life's uncertainties. These moments, shrouded in the stillness of 3 a.m., are not random. They are not interruptions meant to disturb your rest, but sacred invitations to draw closer to God. When the world slumbers and distractions fall away, God may gently stir you awake, not to burden you further but to create a space where His voice can be heard with undeniable clarity. The Bible reassures us of this truth with these powerful words. "Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." Jeremiah 33 verse 3. This is not just a promise but a profound assurance, an anchor for your soul. It's a reminder that God is not distant. He is waiting, ready to meet you in these tender hours, to reveal truths that can transform your heart and bring peace to your mind. When you wake up at 3 a.m., pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this a call to prayer? Is this the hour when I lay my burdens at His feet and seek His divine guidance? Many across the globe have shared this inexplicable experience, waking in the early hours with no apparent cause. For some, it feels like a wave of anxiety washing over them. For others, an unexplainable peace enfolds them. Yet, all agree that it is an extraordinary moment, a space where heaven feels just a little closer. Do not dismiss these sacred moments as mere coincidences or disruptions. Instead, embrace them. Rather than trying to will yourself back to sleep, take this as your opportunity to open your heart to God. Speak to Him as you would a trusted friend. Pour out your worries, release your fears, and allow Him to fill the void with His unshakable peace. Remember the comforting words from Psalm 121 verses 1-2. I lift eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the Maker of heaven and earth. These verses are a gentle reminder that no matter how heavy your burdens, you are never alone. In those quiet hours, God's presence surrounds you like a warm embrace. He is not only listening but also speaking, offering you reassurance, direction, and a love that surpasses all understanding. When you wake at 3 a.m., know that it is not just a moment to pray but a profound opportunity to encounter God's grace in its purest form. Today, let us delve deeper into the mystery of why God may wake you at 3 a.m. together. We will journey from the scientific explanations to the profound spiritual truths, unraveling the deeper significance of this holy hour. This is not mere chance but a divine orchestration, a gentle nudge from the Creator of the universe to remind you that He is near, that He sees you, and that He longs to guide you. Open your heart, quiet your mind, and step into this sacred invitation. For in this journey, you may discover that even the darkest hours of the night can become the most luminous moments of your soul's awakening. Human sleep unfolds in a beautifully intricate rhythm, transitioning through cycles of light sleep, deep sleep, and REM, rapid eye movement, stages. During REM, the brain reaches its most active state, processing memories, emotions, and subconscious thoughts with extraordinary intensity. It is within this delicate framework of sleep that many people find themselves stirring around 3 a.m. This is no random occurrence. Scientifically, it is a period when the REM cycle often peaks, leaving the brain more vulnerable to stimulation. A faint noise, a flicker of light, or even the quiet shifts within your body can awaken you. But what makes this moment so profound isn't just the science. It's the deeper sense of meaning many people attach to it. One biological factor is the natural decline of melatonin, the hormone that orchestrates your sleep-wake cycle. By 3 a.m., melatonin levels begin to drop, gently nudging the brain toward alertness, and preparing your body to embrace a new day. This physiological shift might seem mundane, yet for many, waking up at this precise hour feels anything but ordinary. Science explains, but it stops short of addressing the profound, almost mystical significance so many attribute to this moment. For centuries, the hours between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m. have carried a spiritual weight that transcends time and cultures. Known in many traditions as the hour of God, it is believed to be a sacred window when the physical world is quietest and the spiritual realm feels closest. In these hushed hours, as the world slumbers and distractions fade, the soul seems to awaken, attuned to whispers from the divine. It is a time when prayers feel more fervent, when thoughts seem to carry more clarity, and when the stillness becomes a sanctuary for those seeking solace, guidance, or a deeper connection to something greater than themselves. Imagine this. The streets outside are silent, the hum of daily life has faded, and the night wraps you in a cocoon of peace. In this profound stillness, waking at 3 a.m. may feel like a gentle tug on your spirit, a nudge to pause and listen, not with your ears, but with your heart. While scientists might point to REM peaks or melatonin shifts, those who have experienced these moments often describe them as something sacred, a beckoning from the divine that transcends biology. This sacred hour, often described as the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds thinning, is a time when human activity is at its lowest, and the soul can feel its deepest connection to the infinite. Whether you believe this moment to be an invitation to prayer, reflection, or simply an opportunity to be still, it carries an undeniable significance for countless people across faiths and cultures. So the next time you wake at 3 a.m., resist the urge to dismiss it as a random occurrence. Instead, embrace the moment. Whether it is a biological rhythm or a spiritual call, let it be a time to center yourself, to breathe deeply, and to reflect on the mystery of life and the possibilities it holds. For in this quiet hour, the ordinary mingles with the extraordinary, and the boundaries between science and spirituality blur into something both beautiful and deeply personal. Throughout the Bible, we encounter countless moments where God chooses to communicate with his people during the stillness of the night, a time when the noise of the world fades and the human soul becomes attuned to his voice. Waking at 3 a.m. is not just an accident of the body's rhythms. It is often a sacred invitation, a divine whisper calling you to step into his presence. In the quiet hours, when the demands of work, family, and the endless responsibilities of the day fall away, God finds your heart most open and your mind free from distraction. This moment may carry a profound purpose. It could be a gentle reminder of his love, a warning to steer you away from harm, or simply an invitation to draw closer and bask in his presence. The Bible offers rich examples of such divine encounters. Think of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, kneeling in the silence of the night, his heart poured out in prayer to the Father. In that pivotal moment, he sought strength, guidance, and communion with God, a scene that resonates deeply with the human experience of yearning for divine connection in life's most difficult hours. When you wake up at 3 a.m., perhaps God is reaching out to you in a similar way. It is a tender opportunity, a chance to pause and hear his voice amid the stillness. Many who have experienced this phenomenon describe it as more than just waking. They feel a profound sense of peace, an inexplicable urge to pray, or a comforting awareness that they are not alone. In these moments, God may be sharing his wisdom, offering guidance for challenges you face, or simply reminding you that his presence is constant, even in your darkest hours. This sacred time is more than just a call to action. It is a time of renewal. God wakes you not only to communicate but to heal your weary soul, to ease the burdens you carry, and to fill you with the peace that only he can provide. When you feel overwhelmed or lost, he invites you to lay everything before him. As Psalm 46 verse 10 says, "Be still, and know that I am God." In the profound stillness of 3 a.m., those words take on new meaning. So the next time you find yourself awake at this sacred hour, resist the temptation to dismiss it as a restless moment. Instead, lean into it. Close your eyes, quiet your mind, and open your heart to prayer. Speak to God as you would a trusted confidant, sharing your fears, your hopes, and your gratitude. Let the silence of the night become a sanctuary where you can draw strength, comfort, and clarity from his presence. In waking you, God is extending an invitation, a call to step away from the chaos of life and into the calming embrace of his love. It is a reminder that even when the world feels overwhelming, he is there, guiding you, listening to you, and renewing your spirit. This is not just a moment of awakening, it is an encounter with the divine, an opportunity to deepen your faith, and a chance to find peace in the arms of the one who holds the universe and your heart in his hands. If you've ever awakened in the stillness of the night, feeling a strong and inexplicable urge to pray, know this: it is no ordinary moment. It is an invitation from God, a sacred call to draw near to him, to lay your burdens at his feet, and to allow his presence to renew, strengthen, and uplift you. His word assures us of this profound truth. Come near to God, and he will come near to you. James 4 verse 8. While science may offer explanations for why your body awakens, only God can breathe purpose and meaning into that moment. It is an opportunity to delve deeply into your heart, to understand yourself and your Creator, and to seek his divine plan for your life. The next time you wake at 3 a.m., resist the natural temptation to simply close your eyes and drift back to sleep. Instead, pause. Kneel if you can. Let your heart speak in prayer and listen intently for his voice. Perhaps he is preparing you for something far greater than you can currently comprehend. These quiet hours are not interruptions. They are invitations to encounter the divine in a way that transforms your spirit. Waking between 1 o'clock and 2 a.m. is also no mere coincidence. This time is often charged with spiritual and emotional significance. It is a moment where your soul, free from the noise of the day, begins to wrestle with the deeper conflicts of your heart. Pressures, fears, and long-buried emotions that you may have suppressed during your busy hours often rise to the surface in this sacred quiet. It's as if your mind, in the absence of distraction, naturally gravitates toward the matters of your soul, those pivotal decisions, unspoken worries, and unresolved tensions. But this hour is not simply about unease. It is a profound reminder from God. It is a gentle nudge to stop running from the truths that weigh on your heart. He is inviting you to pause, to reflect, and to surrender these burdens to him. This is a moment to seek his peace and wisdom rather than relying solely on your strength to resolve life's complexities. It is an opportunity to connect with him on a deeply personal level, to let his love soothe your worries and his guidance illuminate your path forward. The Bible is rich with examples of God using the stillness of the night to reveal his will. Consider Joseph, the man entrusted to protect Jesus and Mary. In a critical moment, an angel appeared to him in a dream, warning him to rise, take his family, and flee to Egypt to escape Herod's wrath. Joseph's willingness to listen and act immediately not only preserved the Messiah but also demonstrated the profound blessings that come from being sensitive to God's voice during life's pivotal moments. Similarly, when you find yourself waking during these quiet hours, take it as a sacred call to look deeply into your heart. Perhaps God is asking you to confront the anxieties you've been avoiding, to seek clarity about decisions weighing on your mind, or to simply lean into his presence and find rest in his peace. These moments are not random. They are divine opportunities for growth, healing, and transformation. So when you awaken in the stillness of the night, see it as a blessing, not a disruption. It is a chance to commune with the Creator of the universe, who knows your heart better than anyone else and longs to guide you through every trial. Trust in his timing, for in these quiet moments, he is shaping your soul, revealing his purpose, and drawing you closer to his perfect love. Do not let these sacred moments slip away in frustration or neglect. Instead, see them as divine opportunities, a gentle call to draw nearer to God. When you wake between 1 o'clock and 2 a.m., take purposeful steps to connect with him. Actions such as prayer, journaling, or simply sitting in silence can transform this time into a profound experience of spiritual intimacy. Prayer is especially powerful, allowing you to release the burdens that weigh on your heart and open yourself to the peace and clarity that only God can provide. Begin with simple but sincere words, pouring your heart out to him. Lord, I don't know why I've woken at this hour, but I trust it is not without purpose. Please calm my mind, illuminate my path, and help me discern your will for my life. These heartfelt prayers are not only a release but also an act of trust, a way of placing your worries in his hands and seeking his guidance. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If your mind feels cluttered with overwhelming thoughts, consider turning to journaling. Writing your emotions, worries, and thoughts on paper can be a cathartic experience. It helps you untangle the knots of your mind and offers clarity that is often hidden in the chaos of your day. This practice also allows you to document the whispers of God's voice, those gentle nudges and insights that might otherwise be overlooked. As you write, you may find patterns of His guidance and reassurance emerging, turning your journal into a tangible record of His faithfulness in your life. Remember, God does not wake you in the stillness of the night to add to your worries. He calls you to this moment to unburden your heart and replace your anxiety with His peace, the peace that surpasses all understanding. His promise in Scripture remains steadfast. Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33 verse 3. These quiet hours are not interruptions. They are sacred invitations to lean on Him and discover His plans for your life. Waking between 1 o'clock and 2 a.m. is not a mere inconvenience. It is a precious opportunity to find strength, direction, and comfort from your Creator. Similarly, waking between 2 o'clock and 3 a.m. often carries profound meaning, both physically and spiritually. It is a moment when your body and soul may be drawing your attention to something deeper. Your body might be signaling health concerns, or your mind may be wrestling with unresolved emotions, anxieties, or spiritual longings. These moments are not just biological reactions. They are also opportunities for reflection and healing. Perhaps God is urging you to confront areas of your life that need care and attention. The worries and insecurities that you bury in the busyness of your day often resurface in the quiet of the night, and it is in this sacred stillness that God calls you to Him. He longs to remind you that He is your ultimate source of strength, healing, and restoration. The story of King Hezekiah in the Bible beautifully illustrates this truth. When faced with a grave illness, Hezekiah turned to God in fervent prayer, fully aware of his utter dependence on the Creator for his health and life. His prayer was not just an act of desperation but a profound expression of trust and surrender. God, in His infinite mercy, responded, not only healing Hezekiah but also granting him 15 additional years of life. This powerful story is a testament to the transformative power of relying on God in times of weakness. It reminds us that His restoration reaches beyond the physical. It touches the heart and soul, providing comfort and renewal that the world cannot give. So, when you wake in these quiet hours, do not dismiss the moment as insignificant. Instead, see it for what it truly is, a call to pause, reflect, and reconnect. Kneel in prayer, pour out your heart, and listen for His still, small voice. Let these moments become a sacred time of surrender and trust, knowing that in His hands, every burden can be lifted, every fear calmed, and every heart restored. Waking in the stillness of the night, especially during the hours of 2 to 4 a.m., carries a profound spiritual significance. These moments, often referred to as the hour of God, offer a sacred invitation to step away from the worries of the world and into the comforting presence of the divine. The world is hushed, the veil between heaven and earth feels thinner, and your soul is most open to hearing the whispers of God. Do not see this as a mere disturbance in your sleep. Instead, embrace it as a holy calling to unburden your heart. This is not the time to wrestle with your problems or let anxiety take hold. As Scripture reassures us in 1 Peter 5 verse 7, cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. Use this time to surrender everything weighing on your soul. Trust that God, who knows the depths of your heart better than anyone, is waiting to hear from you, to offer His comfort and guidance. Begin by offering a simple, heartfelt prayer. Your words don't need to be eloquent or lengthy. God values sincerity above all. Philippians 4 verse 7 reminds us of the reward of such prayer. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Allow these words to anchor your heart in hope as you turn to God with all that troubles you. Create a sacred space for this communion. You might kneel by your bed, sit in silence, or find a quiet corner where you can focus entirely on Him. Begin with gratitude, thanking God for His unending love and the many blessings, both seen and unseen, in your life. Let this gratitude open your heart and mind to His presence. Then, present your petitions to Him. If health concerns plague you, ask for healing with the trust of Hezekiah, who prayed earnestly and received God's intervention. Remember, healing comes not only to the body but also to the soul, restoring parts of you that perhaps you didn't even know were broken. Journaling during this time can also be a powerful practice. Write down your fears, hopes, and prayers. As the ink flows, feel the tension in your heart ease, knowing you are releasing these concerns to the one who holds your future. Over time, these pages will become a testimony of how God has faithfully worked in your life, turning even the darkest nights into moments of light and renewal. Waking at this hour can also remind you of God's desire to draw you nearer. The stillness of the early morning is a sacred pause, where the distractions of the day fade, and your heart can better hear the quiet nudges of the Spirit. It's a time when God might place a thought, a word, or a sense of peace in your heart that you couldn't find in the chaos of the day. Trust in His presence and lean into this connection, knowing that even in your weakest moments, He is your protector, comforter, and healer. If you find yourself awake between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m., recognize this as a uniquely holy moment. The transition from night to dawn mirrors the transformation God can bring to your life, a movement from darkness into His radiant light. In this hour, the human spirit is especially receptive, the heart tender and open to divine wisdom. It is as if the stillness of the world amplifies the voice of God, allowing His truths to resonate more deeply within you. So, surrender your fears and worries to Him. Let the stillness of the night remind you that His presence is constant, even in the quiet and the dark. Trust that as you lay your burdens before Him, the light of His love will guide you through, bringing peace, renewal, and strength for the day ahead. In these sacred hours, you are never alone. God is with you, inviting you into a deeper relationship and offering a peace that transcends all understanding. In the Bible, we witness a profound example of prayer during the stillness of night in the Garden of Gethsemane. As Jesus faced the agony of the cross, He rose from His rest, knelt before His heavenly Father, and poured out His soul in a moment of deep surrender. His prayer, recorded in Matthew 26 verse 39, reveals both His humanity and His unwavering trust in God's plan. "My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." This intimate moment between Jesus and God reminds us of the significance of the night hours. When the world is quiet and distractions fade, the heart is more attuned to the whispers of the divine. Jesus did not pray for His circumstances to be removed entirely, but sought the strength to endure and the grace to fully align with God's will. In the same way, waking up between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m. is rarely a random occurrence. It could be God's gentle call, inviting you to step into His presence for comfort, guidance, or preparation for a challenge ahead. These sacred hours present a unique opportunity to engage with God on a deeper level. Perhaps you are facing a life-altering decision, wrestling with unseen burdens, or grappling with fears that weigh heavy on your soul. Just as Jesus turned to prayer in His moment of need, you too can bring your concerns to God, trusting that He hears every whispered word and sees every unspoken tear. Begin this time of connection by finding a quiet, undisturbed space where you can focus entirely on His presence. If you're able, kneel as an act of humility and surrender. Close your eyes and allow the peace of God to wash over you, silencing the noise of your worries. Start with a simple prayer, spoken from the depths of your heart. It does not need to be elaborate or poetic. God values authenticity over eloquence. Speak to Him about your struggles, your fears, and your hopes, then trust Him to handle the rest. If you find yourself unsure of how to begin, turn to the Lord's Prayer in Matthew 6 verses 9 to 13. This prayer, taught by Jesus, covers every aspect of communion with God: praise for His greatness, a plea for daily provision, the need for forgiveness, and the request for protection from harm. Let its timeless words guide your heart into alignment with His. The Bible is another powerful tool for these moments. Open its pages and meditate on verses that speak to God's promises of protection and peace. Philippians 4 verses 6 to 7 encourages us. "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Reflecting on such verses can shift your focus from fear to faith, allowing the peace of God to fill every corner of your being. If anxiety grips your heart, turn to passages that remind you of God's shepherding care. Psalm 23 verses 1 to 3 beautifully reassures us. "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul." These words are a balm for troubled hearts, reminding us that God walks with us through every dark valley, offering comfort and guidance. Journaling during this time can also deepen your prayer experience. Write down your fears, prayers, and moments of gratitude. This practice not only helps release the tension within you, but also creates a record of God's faithfulness that you can look back on in times of doubt. Over time, you will see how He has answered prayers, provided strength, and revealed His will in ways you might not have noticed in the moment. The night hours are not just a pause in the busyness of life. They are a sacred gift. They allow you to reconnect with the one who knows you completely and loves you unconditionally. Just as Jesus found strength and peace through prayer in His darkest moments, you too can find solace and direction by seeking God during these quiet times. His presence is always near, ready to guide, comfort, and renew your spirit. Trust in His plans, for they are far greater than what you can imagine, and know that even in the silence, He is speaking to your heart. During the stillness of the early morning, specific actions can become profound ways to connect with God and your innermost self. Consider journaling your feelings, thoughts, or even your dreams, those sacred whispers that may carry His divine message. These reflections might reveal truths you need to confront or paths you are being gently guided toward. As you pour your heart onto the pages, pray earnestly for wisdom to discern His voice amid the noise of life. Trust that even when the world around you feels uncertain or overwhelming, God is steadfastly by your side, holding you close in His unyielding love. Waking up between 3 o'clock and 4 a.m. is no mere coincidence. It is a divine summons, an extraordinary invitation to step into the sacred embrace of God's holy presence. This quiet hour, shrouded in the mystery of night, offers a rare opportunity to fortify your faith, seek heavenly guidance, and release every burden weighing down your spirit. Picture yourself placing your heart gently into God's care, like a weary traveler finding refuge. Even in the shadowed depths of night, you will feel the radiant warmth of His light guiding your every step, dispelling fears, and infusing you with peace. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. As dawn approaches and the hour shifts between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m., a subtle transformation unfolds. The darkness begins to fade, giving way to the tender glow of morning, a symbolic reminder of hope, renewal, and boundless opportunity. This is not just the arrival of a new day. It is a divine gesture, a spiritual nudge to let go of what no longer serves you and embrace a fresh chapter with open arms and a grateful heart. Spiritually, waking at this hour is often seen as a sacred sign, a quiet assurance from God that He is calling you to step forward with courage, resilience, and unwavering faith. Reflect on the profound story of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, a timeless beacon of hope and renewal. After 3 long days in the tomb, He rose at dawn, transforming the bleakness of despair into the brilliance of redemption. This miraculous moment not only showcases the infinite power of God but also serves as a resounding testament to fresh beginnings. It reminds us that even the darkest nights are never permanent, for dawn always breaks with the promise of light and life. In Matthew 28 verses 1-6, we see the power of this message vividly. At the break of dawn, the women who came to the tomb were met with awe-inspiring words. "He is not here. He has risen, just as He said." In their sorrow and doubt, they found themselves standing at the precipice of a miracle, a reminder for us all that renewal is always within reach. Even when life feels shrouded in darkness, we can find comfort in the assurance that God's promises are unshakable, His love is eternal, and His light will always lead us toward healing, growth, and a brighter tomorrow. Waking up between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m. is a profound gift, a sacred moment to pause and reflect on what has passed while preparing your heart for the journey ahead. This quiet hour is not simply about goal setting. It's an invitation to surrender your plans to God, trusting His infinite wisdom and guidance to lead you toward the path He has laid out. As the world remains still, let this time become a sanctuary for meditation, prayer, and gratitude, a time to realign your spirit with God's purpose for your life. Your prayers during these early hours carry a unique energy, as if the veil between heaven and earth is thinner. They become a direct channel to the heart of God, allowing you to pour out your worries, hopes, and dreams while receiving His peace and clarity in return. Spend a few moments in deep meditation, closing your eyes and breathing slowly. With each breath, feel the weight of the world begin to lift, and in the stillness, sense the gentle presence of God surrounding you. Reflect on His abundant goodness, knowing that even in your struggles, He has been your steadfast refuge and guide. In the silence, listen for His whispers, the quiet urgings of His Spirit nudging you toward peace, clarity, and purpose. Psalm 46 verse 10 calls to us, "Be still, and know that I am God." These words are an invitation to release the burdens of yesterday and the anxieties of tomorrow. This moment is not about striving or stressing, but about surrender and renewal. As you sit in His presence, let your soul recharge and your spirit find its anchor in His unshakable love. Let your heart overflow with gratitude during this time. Offer prayers of thanksgiving for the blessings that have graced your life, both seen and unseen. Thank God for His constant provision and for walking beside you through moments of joy and trial alike. Acknowledge the strength you've gained from challenges, the wisdom born of difficulties, and the hope that continues to light your path. Gratitude has the power to transform your outlook, filling your heart with encouragement and your spirit with lightness. As you pray, don't just thank Him for what has come easily. Also thank Him for the struggles that have refined and strengthened you. Trust that every moment, both the peaceful and the painful, has been woven together into His divine plan for your good. Use this early hour to set intentions, not based on your strength but rooted in the assurance that with God, all things are possible. Step forward into the day ahead with a heart full of trust, a spirit renewed, and a mind focused on what truly matters, knowing that His guidance will never fail you. This sacred time is a reminder that each morning brings new mercies and endless opportunities to walk hand in hand with the One who knows you, loves you, and has a plan for your life that exceeds your greatest hopes. Let it be a time of healing, hope, and unwavering faith in His unfailing goodness. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. What stood out to you the most? Was it the idea of waking up early to find peace and clarity, surrendering your plans to God, or the power of gratitude and meditation to transform your spirit? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share in the comments below one thing you've learned from this video and how you plan to put it into practice in your daily life. If this video has inspired or helped you in any way, please don't forget to leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and share it with someone who might benefit from this message. And for more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.